Greetings, greetings. Day 6. Sure enough. So this is trying to pull off an Irish accent for all my Irish friends who are watching. Ah. I'm trying to get more comfortable on camera. Trying to be more whatever. Today was amazing. It was such a good day. The again, just the people that I've met today are beautiful. I mean, they're so cool and they're so different, and I'm loving it. I mean, I started off in I finished off Kent Narrows and Kent Island today on the east side of the Chesapeake Bay. And confession, I did end up getting a lift across the bridge from Christian Graham, who I stayed with last night, which, by the way, was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed connecting with him and his family, and they've got an amazing property, an amazing place that he built from the ground up. But he was able to give me a ride today across the water, so there was no way to walk across. I wish I could have, but there's no way. They only open it up for walking once a year in May, and they actually have to close half the bridge for that. But we got across the bridge and started off right on the first exit at the state park there in Maryland, and started walking and just along the College Parkway there, and made our way up a historical highway, St. Margaret's Highway, eventually into Annapolis. And a beautiful highway, just weaving through in and out of a couple small towns and just through neighborhoods. It was definitely a reminder of how much of a tease Delaware was with the flatness of it. The hills definitely made us tire out much faster. We were wrecked today. I think the sun got to us too. It was definitely apparent how powerful the sun can be, how nice it was, but just how powerful it can be. So we got past St. Margaret's Highway, and we started walking into Annapolis, and the bridges and the waterways and the history, and just an amazing place. I found myself just constantly taking it in and really being mindful of certain pockets and certain areas and the architecture and just how things were built, and trying to wrap my head around just the way of life 300 years ago in this area. The buzz of students and the Marines in their base there, or the Navy base, I think, not the Navy base that I walked through, and just the diversity too. There was a unique mix of people that I really enjoyed, and talked to tons of people. It was my first urban city, or my first thing close to urban. I don't know if I'd call it an intense urban environment, but definitely the most urban I've experienced on this trip. And so here's this guy with his walking poles and his big old backpack and the sign, and Kanoa just with his big pack. Hey, he's passed out right here in front of me. He could, yeah, you're not into it. No. But it was amazing. I mean, literally, the amount of people, I mean, it was just to the point where I would smirk, I'd be smirking, trying to hold my smile, yeah, I'm walking across the country, yada, 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 but trying to find my way too, but trying to stop and take in my environment. And it was about 2:30, 3 o'clock when I made it into Annapolis, and eventually made it through some of these small, windy streets and the shops and all the coffee shops and the bars and the pubs and the independent retailers, and eventually kind of made my way around into the waterway there, where they had tons of restaurants and just an amazing collection of people just gathering. It was beautiful. It's Saturday. Everyone's out with their dogs and families and friends, and just the attention of the pack and the sign, and obviously Kanoa was a star today. He just, people were flocking around him and just engaging so many people, not only about Kiva, but about the walk, and about just kind of the processing that all these people were going through, just in looking at this guy who's just raggedy and rough and walking through their area, and just looking for a cup of joe. And I went into this really cool coffee shop, and it was amazing that these young people took care of Kanoa while I was inside, but he didn't whine at all, and that is progress. If anybody that's watching this that knows Kanoa, for him not to whine with me leaving is progress. Yeah, and just in the last 3 hours, just some amazing conversations with people. Just really, what's really cool is people are really excited. They're just not only excited about the walk and about what I'm doing and about Kiva, but they just they get excited about, I think, something inside themselves that craves something like this, or craves to get out, or craves to be more at one with their environment, and whether that be in a hike or whether that be in a project or a concept. It was neat to just kind of see their clocks ticking behind their questions and their just receiving of what I was trying to do, or what I am doing. And it's just a lot of fun. I just had a lot of fun today interacting with people, and it was really, it made me just so comfortable and content with approaching people and just complimenting people and receiving compliments, and just, you know, knowing that I had walked from the East Coast beach. You know, I walked well over 100 miles to get to this town, and just the sense of accomplishment that I felt just in that physical step. It was great. So an amazing day, and I'm about to get off here so I can go connect with the family that I'm staying with tonight, who is a friend of a dear close friend in Denver, Carol Gifford. So I'm gonna let you go at this stage, but I will definitely try and connect with you tomorrow. And I wanted to also just give a shout out just to Curtis Powell in Denver, Colorado, who's my mentee. Just been thinking about you, and I hope you're watching. Give me a call soon, or let's talk. Just been thinking about you today, so hope things are going well for you. And thank you everyone just for following and being a part of this. This is couldn't have done this without y'all. So we'll check back in tomorrow.